Hello everyone, and welcome to the Final Fantasy VII RE-CAST. The FF7 RE-CAST is a podcast dedicated to the Final Fantasy VII Remake universe. We originally created this podcast series last year during the run-up to the release of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, in hopes that we could explore the story changes in the remake. But those never really came to pass. With that said, we planned on returning to this podcast at the start of the media cycle for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and here we are. And we've gotten our first real look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth gameplay at the Summer Game Fest, so let's break it down. What's up? What's up, Ryan? What's up?
Man, this has been a long time coming, obviously, because we've been waiting for anything Rebirth related. I mean, we went as far as like getting
It's on
this,
my nightstand. It's right
this
behind
book,
me. I
you
still
know,
haven't
like
gotten to like past page 60. I'm still going through.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited, though. Obviously, I was way too busy with a lot of other projects and whatnot, which sucks because I missed out on a reaction to upload and whatnot. I know that a lot of people did reactions. Surprisingly, I did not because I was busy doing. I didn't even know about Summer Game Fest until today.
I hate that he didn't know. I've been waiting for this for like weeks.
Yeah, and it's funny because we recently like discussed that, like, because I didn't even know until you told me that. They were like, each day they were like dropping little hints.
Yeah, there was a tweet per day on the Final Fantasy VII account. And today's tweet this morning was like, question 7, when will we find out more about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? And the answer was very soon. So I was like, okay, they're doing it. I'm just so surprised though, because Final Fantasy 16 comes out in like 15, 16 days. Like, it's really close. And so I didn't expect to see anything about Rebirth until like a month after, like maybe sometime in July or August. So I'm blown away that this trailer came out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It was like you were being logical, right? You were like, it's so close to 16. I was all prayer and hope and like the opposite. I was like, nah, man, you gotta believe they're gonna do it.
I just didn't think they had a reason to. I really didn't think they had a reason to.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
I figured maybe with like the pre-order concerns that, you know, there's like a rumor that 16 pre-orders aren't as high as they hoped. Like, I figured maybe they would put 16 in Summer Games Fest to try to get another push, but they're just like, nah.
Yo, and honestly, here's the thing. And I guess I could start by saying this before we get into this breakdown, because that's obviously why we're here.
We're here for a trailer breakdown.
Yeah.
But you can't contain us.
No. It's been a long time. So, so what I wanted to say was, like, in regards to this whole, like, debacle with 16, you know, and then versus the 7 remake universe, like, a lot of folks, and you could tell just by the audience that was at Summer Game Fest, they were itching for Rebirth news.
They were, for sure.
All right?
I mean, he said the rumors were true. Like, it was rumored that this would happen, but
he delivered that. Jeff Keighley delivered that so well at the end. And like, I was trying to edit, but then like when that was on, I was like, oh yeah, come on, Jeff.
Yeah.
I was like, give it to me. I was like, I already know. And because I was like, I don't even know whatever rumors he was talking about. Like, I was like, as soon as he said like one of the biggest company franchises, RPGs, I'm like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, yes, his keywords were very key. They were key.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. So wait a minute. So all right. So what I was saying to get to was, I feel like even though Rebirth has nothing to do with 16, that could, I feel like, in a way, help 16. Even though they're not the same at all, they're not the same universe. You know, because usually what ends up happening, when a new and exciting, thing happens, whether it's a movie, a series, a game, everyone just flocks to whatever is the newest and closest thing. And I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure people are gonna replay 7 or just remake or even Crisis Core for that matter. But a part of me is just like, hey, 16 comes out in a couple weeks. It's like, it's brand new. I'm sure people are gonna go play it, and they might use
I'm sure
that
it'll sell
towards
just fine.
like building up excitement. But I'm sure Square's not even worried about that.
Yeah,
Because
I'm sure
after
it's
that
fine.
trailer, they're putting all of their blood, sweat, and on all our tears
Yes.
into the game.
Yeah, man. Ooh, I actually just
Yeah.
thought of something too that we got to talk about as we break down this trailer. You want to get right into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All
So share that screen. Let's get it.
Off rip, there's something we got to talk about in this trailer. So I'm gonna let it play through, and literally the opening shot. We have to immediately pause. So what we're about to see, or what we're seeing, is like Midgar in chaos. Like things are on fire, quite literally. The city is burning, and it looks like a massive explosion happened.
The scene of this terrible disaster.
And so the announcer is saying there's a terrible disaster. Tornadoes touched down in sectors 0, 1, and 2 and sort of wreaked havoc across the city.
Caused by a massive tornado which swept through sectors 0, 1, and 2.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
now really important here. We have Shinra infantry, not like firefighters, infantry, along with a captain here in the red bandana, taking Barrett and Tifa, and we will see Red 13 and Aerith as well, taking them, putting them on helicopters. They seem dead. I mean, they're probably not dead, but
They seem it though.
they seem dead. Okay, then it cuts. So let's chill out here for a second. So, what do you think is going on here?
So kind of like how you were saying right off the bat, I feel like clearly this is potentially moments after the last big encounter from Remake.
Yes.
Like right at the end of the game. But this is another reality or timeline, however way you want to, word that, because it's like clearly it's like we're seeing two sides of two stories at once.
Yeah. So I think one of two things could happen. This could be like a trick. Like it could just be a fake out. Like, oh, they escaped from the hospital or something, and then they go on. But I don't think it's that, because at the end of 7 Remake, Midgar, at least to the party's eyes, has not suffered any damage. It's like nothing happened, right?
Right.
And so they fight the Whisper Harbingers, they fight Sephiroth, and then that's it. And then they just leave. However, if we recall, at the start of Chapter 17, Aerith sort of purifies that portal, and I think that's her creating a portal to another reality. And like another timeline. And so like
I can't wait.
And so like when the party walks through, they walk through, but then there's a reality where they don't. And so
yes.
Or like maybe like one party walks through the purified portal, one walks through the other one. And so like at least in one timeline, something pops off. And like they stay behind, maybe they die, maybe they don't. But here's the other thing. At the end of 7 Remake, I almost said Rebirth. At the end of 7 Remake, Zack is alive. And so he's bringing Cloud to Midgar, and that's how 7 Remake ends. But the Yuffie DLC ends with Zack showing up at the church and everybody in the church looking kind of messed up. And Aerith maybe being missing, we don't know. But this could be Zack's reality. Like, Zack arrives in Midgar to this chaos. It still confuses me a little bit, because it's like, well, that was months prior to the start of the game. Like, Zack's trying to get to Midgar. Like, how does that happen? Like, what is that like? But that's what it seems like to me, is like the reason those people in that church are messed up is because of this. Like, they are suffering the effects of this.
I think that literally, if I've learned anything off of just following how Marvel does their freaking multiverse, I've learned that like sometimes realities, when they're when they're too close, they can collide and all these different things that don't make sense to us immediately right now will then later get explained, because like what you said, that it makes sense when you think of it in that light, because it's like, well, if Zach's alive in this other timeline, and then if we're gonna like maybe assume that all this damage that we're seeing is from Zach's timeline, it's just like, well, then how the hell, like, it's a lot of uncertainty that we're
Right.
clearly just gonna have to, like, the trailer like, it shows us a lot, don't get us wrong, but there's so much
Yeah,
more
it
know.
shows us way too much, but also nothing at all.
Right. Oh my god,
Yeah.
the best kind of trailer.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep it rolling then.
All right, the unknown journey continues.
It's unknown, all right.
And if you remember, at the end of the first game, it said the unknown journey will continue. Nice little callback to that. Okay. New desktop background time.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It is literally my background.
It may look that way,
Yeah.
but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
Right there.
So,
right there.
Red 13 says, in reality, it's barely hanging on. Now, I do wonder, is that sort of like a nod to him and Aerith kind of being aware that they're in a different timeline? And like maybe the timeline is teetering? Or is it really just like Shinra's kind of messed this world up so much that it's starting to be on the brink, and now that Sephiroth's here, like things are going to happen?
Right.
I don't know. I gotta admit, seeing the ocean here, it makes geographical sense. Like Midgar is on a coast, and so is Calm and the Chocobo Ranch. But like, I would never have expected to see the ocean in this game. Like, it's so blue, this screen here.
It's so nice, right? Like, oh man. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get to this, but it's like, dude, the fact that, and I don't think this was on anyone's bingo card when it came down to like Final Fantasy predictions. This game is 2 discs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't even talk about that. It's 2 discs. Now, to be fair, 7 Remake on PS4 was an install disc and a gameplay disc. But that was never advertised. It was not advertised as a 2-disc game. This is being advertised as a 2-disc game.
Yeah, son. Like, I feel like they're telling us this now so that people can start making sure that their PlayStation 5s have enough internal memory.
Get that second hard
Because-
drive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have one in there, but
don't
I
either.
think I'm gonna have to soon, because listen, I don't need any kind of interruptions when it comes down to this. I need to make sure, like, listen, if I have to have an exclusive SSD just for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
Yeah.
listen, it's gonna happen. All
Yeah.
right.
You got to get the cloud branded one that I'm sure will come out.
Oh, stop it. Why'd you say that? No, man. That's going to be 500 right there
Yeah,
for like
it's
a
coming.
2 terabyte.
It's coming, dude. All right, let's move on a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry. One thing I did want to mention is that during the post credits of 7 Remake, and maybe it was also the DLC, the party is walking away from Midgar, and they're walking in like a canyon, sort of like Badlands. Like there's no signs of life, there's no foliage, no nothing. It's just dirt. This seems like really different. Like this doesn't seem like the same road, and so
Right.
like it's just something that stood out to me. Like it made sense that outside of Midgar was like, even in the original 7, like when Midgar's on the map, like the land outside of it in that ring, it's like dead land.
Yeah.
And it's because they took all the Mako out of it.
Right.
Now, something I find interesting. Is this outside of Midgar, or is this somewhere else?
Well, as you saw, they definitely came out of like a little hut. So that
Yeah.
it could have been like something that they kind of stumbled upon along the way, but there's a lot of land to traverse, and honestly, we don't even know if this is immediately straight up after they
Right.
exited. Like, again, with trailers, and you had already mentioned this, like trailers can have a little bit of trickery involved in them to like make us kind of get thrown off.
Yep.
And this could be at some point later on in the game. Again, it's 2 discs long, so I can only imagine how much content we're really gonna get with this. And the crazy part is Midgar is only that game. The first part was like a 55-hour game, and that was just Midgar.
Yeah. You know what I'm
So-
thinking? This could be outside of the Mithril mines.
It could be.
Like they could be opening a mine shaft almost. but I don't know. Like you see the pipes and stuff in here and the green lights. That's usually indicative of Midgar.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It also looks ruined, like there's some fallen bricks and stuff. But wood planks usually for a mine. I don't know, man.
You're probably onto something. That's a good little guess there.
Yeah, like, oh damn, you sort of get a glimpse of what's behind Cloud. Like,
yeah,
these are brick walls. This is not anything else, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, just messing up. That's my bad.
It's so green.
Yeah. So, okay, let's like look in the distance here. So, we have a lighthouse over here. We've never really had a lighthouse in 7 before. I don't know if this is Calm with these windmills. Calm really never had windmills. I don't know. Maybe this is the other side of Mount Nibble, right? Like maybe this is the mountain range. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
Everything
I really don't know.
It's still going strong.
It may
Damn,
look
but the
that
landscape just looks so
way.
good.
In reality,
Yeah.
it's barely hanging on.
Jesus. All right, so right away. Pausing again. Like right away. It's the field, right? Like we are in the field in the open world. The whole party is with us. That's something that I caught immediately was like everybody's on screen here, like in the different little moments. Like it's not just the 3 people in the party. Like everybody shows up.
Yeah.
Like that to me is really cool. Like when they're riding the chocobos, like we'll see in a little bit. All 4 of them are there. I'm sure Red 13 is running behind them. Now, something that I'll rewind it just so we can hear it, but if we listen closely, we can hear it's not that close, but like Tifa is asking Aerith, like, what has Cloud been doing the past 5 years? And then Aerith says, "You're asking me?" Like, one, why is Tifa asking? Right? Does she know that maybe Aerith knows more? But also in the book that we talked about before, it's called A Tale of Two Pasts. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's about them.
Yeah, it's them talking after leaving Midgar. And I'm only like 50, 60 pages in. Like, I'm not that far in at all.
Yeah.
But I am curious if the book is sort of a preview of their conversations on the road.
I feel like it is now that you've mentioned it with their dialogue right here.
Yeah.
That definitely seems to be it.
Yeah. And like, because in the book, they start talking, like, it's basically the party moving, but it's Tifa telling Aerith, at least the first half, is Tifa telling Aerith her past. And where I'm at in the book, it's time for the Nibelheim flashback. Like, not in Calm, but Tifa is about to tell the story to Aerith of what happened 5 years ago. So, like, I don't know. Like, I'm wondering, like, is the book going to be required reading? Are they going to retell it in here? And also, like, what is the storytelling like here? Is it, like, is this just audio from a cutscene that's being looped over something else? Like, do you have to have Tifa as the party lead and Aerith in the party, but Cloud not in order to hear this? Like, is it that? Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway. Foggy Woods here. Have no idea where this could be. Really don't. Maybe the lead up to Nibelheim, like near Mount Nibble. I don't know. Maybe Temple of the Ancients.
Oh my God, that would be a crazy. That little tease right there. Yeah, that'd be OD.
Yeah, because that land is foggy in the original game. Like there is some fog around there.
This is gonna sound.
Chocobo Ranch, dude. Chocobo Ranch. Where you go after Calm. Something I want to point out is Red 13 right here. He's like chilling, just like sleeping.
Yeah, he's just taking a little nap.
Yeah, and so I wonder, like, does he like is this something that, like, when you encounter areas in the field, does like your party come into focus and then everybody else just sort of loads into where they should be? You know, like, do they have places? Because that happens in the original game as well. Like when you get to Casa del Sol, depending on, so when you get there, Cloud is alone in the party, and then everyone else is in the town. And like, if you have Yuffie in the party, she has like a fruit stand. Barrett's like a chef or something, like not a chef, but like he's like checking out a condo or something. Like everybody's doing different things. So I don't know.
I'm crazy, but as far as I know.
Okay, so Chocobos. What do you notice about this screen?
I noticed that we're riding them and we're controlling them.
Yes.
And that's crazy. And they're probably gonna be what's gonna help us traverse the lands a lot faster.
Yes.
Because since this is, not in the original, you run around, but the way they had to do it back in the day was obviously like you're on an overworld and you're going from like section to section, so it doesn't seem like you're like going crazy like
Right.
by foot. But now that we have the technology and obviously like this opportunity to really have us experience that in full form, what better way than to utilize chocobos?
Yeah.
Because if we're just going to be running around, I mean, I'm sure at some point, even though we love this and we love doing seeing all the landscapes and all that stuff, we're gonna be like, all right, where's the fast travel points at?
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the
So it's
chocobo
cool to
ability
have that.
teleport points, kind of like from
Absolutely.
Midgar. Yep.
Yeah, so I can see that.
Okay, so something I noticed, and this reminds me of Final Fantasy IX, which is also rumored to be getting a remake at some point, if that NVIDIA leak is to be believed, which it's been all correct so far, so who knows. But in the bottom left, we have the context screen, or the context menu for chocobos. We have sprint, dismount, scent, scour. What is that? What is scent and scour?
Scour. Well, I don't even know what that means.
So
Because
scour is like to scrub or to like dig for.
Oh, so that might be for maybe in certain areas you could like try to find hidden items.
That's what you do in Final Fantasy IX. There's a whole side quest dedicated to it.
Hmm.
Did you play 9?
Nope.
Oh, damn. Okay. So there's like this whole... Chocobos are a huge part of that world. It's like the most fleshed out chocobos have ever been. But yeah, so I am curious, like, if it's just not visible in this scene, but like, is Red 13 like trailing behind, or is he like laying across one of these chocobos on someone's lap like a dog?
That'd be funny.
Like,
Yeah.
what's his
I
deal?
was never in Nibelheim.
So something else too is like these ruins. I have no idea what these ruins could be, but this sort of looks like what's behind Cloud when they come out the door in the beginning of the trailer. Like it's these
A little
brick
bit.
sort of facades. So I don't know. I don't know what this could be.
Years ago.
Okay.
Now
the
this
big moment.
Oh my god.
The big moment, dude.
My eyes was like it was crazy.
So for fans of the original, this gentleman right here, his name is Bugenhagen, sort of looks like Ramu. Bugenhagen is Red 13's like adoptive grandfather. And so
Okay.
Bugenhagen in Cosmo Canyon has a planetarium, and there's a big cutscene with one of the greatest tracks of the whole game. It's actually a track that you hear at the end of the game too. There's like notes of it. Explains like the life cycle of the planet and like what the life stream does and how everybody contributes and how when you die your body gets absorbed back in and the energy sort of recycles, and it's this huge thing, and basically sets up the story of what Sephiroth could be doing. And like seeing this reimagined was something that everybody was like, yo, this is going to look insane on PlayStation 5. And I mean, it does.
And here we are.
Yeah.
It is the very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
And he looks absurd. Okay. So, where do you think this is?
This I have no idea. It looks underground. That's about all I can really say.
Okay. So, up until this point of the game, including like Cosmo Canyon, there are 2 underground sections. Now, granted, 7 Remake added an underground section beneath Midgar that you play through with Barrett mostly. It was like the Shinra secret facility or something like that. But this could be one of 2 places. This could be either the Mithril Mine, which you get to after the Chocobo Ranch, or this could be beneath Cosmo Canyon in the sealed caves. And the sealed caves are where Red 13's father Seto like did battle against the Gi tribe, or the GI. I don't know if it's Gi or G, against that tribe. And so it could be one of those 2 places. It could be either one. What do you think?
I think it would be underneath the canyon.
Okay.
I think that would make a little bit more sense.
All right. Famously, you can kill the boss there with a Phoenix Down.
What?
It's an undead boss. X Potion
That's
or Phoenix
OG.
Down will kill him.
How does a Phoenix Down kill a? I don't even know how that works.
The Phoenix Down brings somebody back to life, so if you use it on
Yeah.
an undead character, it kills them. Holy, it's like holy damage. Like it.
Oh, what? Yo, that's big brain. I would have never thought of doing that.
You could do it in against the ghosts in the train graveyard of 7 Remake. You can heal them for damage.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
that is. Yeah, see,
Dude,
that's...
anytime you play an RPG and you fight a ghost, heal it. It'll die. Anytime you play an RPG and there's an undead enemy, heal them and they will die.
That's OD. I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's like a 30-year-old trope.
Yeah.
So something I did want to mention, and this will be shown again, but the compass up here in a few of these shots now has multiple markers of different colors. So there's blue, which is the main objective. There's green and now orange too. So I don't know what that means.
Probably side quest. Probably like I would say like maybe like a specific like item or
Like a hunt, maybe.
character. Yeah, something like that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
According to Hojo, they're connected.
I don't know
to
whose voice this
Sephiroth.
is.
Shadows of the Man.
Oh, so I will say right now, as far as that voice, that like according to Hojo,
Yeah.
So some folks are speculating that could be Vincent.
What?
It could be, but because he's definitely gonna be at this point in the game. He's part of the party.
Yeah.
Or he will
depending on
be.
how far they've got to go pretty far with this part. 2 discs.
2 freaking discs. That's what I'm saying. You can't forget that.
Vincent. It is. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not a voice I recognize from 7 Remake. I don't recognize it at all. It's not Rufus. It's not Reeve.
Yeah, people were saying between Rufus and Vincent. I saw, but I would like to think of it being Vincent because we haven't like seen him on screen yet. So that's kind of hype. I'm all for the hype.
Wow, I did not think of that.
That's awesome. It's always great when I hit you with something that you weren't even thinking about.
So, he's saying like they are connected to Sephiroth, Shadows of the Man. I think he says. Is that the line?
I believe he called Shadows of the Man.
Shadows of the Man. So, do you think that that's the party he's referring to, or something else? Like, I don't know who he'd be referring to because Kadaj, Laz, and Yazoo from Advent Children are not part of this. Or are they?
Not
Did
yet.
they show up?
Dude, all right, play the trailer.
Okay, so one thing that I do want to mention for real about this is call Chocobo in the bottom left.
Yes, yeah.
So
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're gonna be traversal. They have to be.
I mean,
as soon as we get started running.
In the original, they were as well, but they weren't like necessary until you started doing like the advanced stuff with them, like the breeding. Then you could like get to secret caves and stuff like that. But yeah, like it seems like you're gonna get them pretty early, which similar to 15, like you get them. I wouldn't say early in 15, but like you do find a Chocobo ranch and you do get Chocobos for yourself. But I think you have to visit the ranch every time and rent them. I don't think you just call them whenever you want.
Yeah.
And to me, like if you can call a Chocobo, that means that there's going to be some sort of Chocobo menu where maybe you could like really do stuff with the Chocobo. Like maybe like more breeding stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. Seems like Chocobos are going to be serious in this game.
Yeah, they're seemingly playing a very integral part so far. So
yeah,
they have a button.
All right.
I believe he called.
So yeah, we got some maybe reactors here. I don't know what this is supposed to be, and then a giant Mako pipeline. I think it's really cool that pipelines are just like in this fucking world. Like they're just out there. Like the world is Shinra's playground, basically.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Sephiroth was in Midgard.
All right, so this is calm. The whole party's here. This is the inn. They're about to tell the flashback.
Yeah.
Got him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now?
All right. Wait.
After 5 years, doing who?
Okay, so
Are they talking about Zack?
No. He says Sephiroth.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Let's
I
listen
just
again.
thought of that.
So there's the additional
Sephiroth was
markers.
in Midgard.
Sephiroth was in
We fought
Midgar.
him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
Wait.
I believe he called them.
Sephiroth was in Midgar. We fought him.
Is he questioning whether or not they fought him? Like, is there a question of whether or not that happened?
Well, it could be taken like as if he's questioning him. Well, actually, I know now I see where you're coming from, because that is interesting.
Like, the original question in the original game was, like, did we really see him? Because they don't fight him in the original at that point.
Right.
They just see him leave. And so maybe he's just like, no, like, maybe he's saying, like, no, I killed him. Like, I know he's dead. Why is he showing up? Maybe it's as simple as that. But I'm just wondering, like, because of the split timeline, like, is there now, like, is the news reporting that nothing happened? You know what I mean? Like, is it bigger? But maybe not.
That would be crazy though, because like, again, like when you have all this timeline stuff and things can kind of get like scrambled. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they're at a point where like, yeah, they went through a portal to essentially like continue on
Mm-hmm.
and avoided all of this bad stuff that they like if we see on the TV that all of them got taken out, that would be
I did not even think
mind-blowing.
of that. I did not
That's what
even
I'm
think of
saying. Dude, that's what I'm saying. This is kind of nuts. And then like just to go off of what I was saying earlier.
that. Oh,
like,
I just thought of something. But go ahead.
with like the whole Zack thing, it's just like, because Zack is in the past. And so all
Right.
of this is happening currently. So like it's almost as if like if you were gonna talk about all of these within like, this is a timeline, Zack's a timeline. There's like 3. But it's like now with what I just said, it's like, well then how the hell does Zack play into all this? And that's just like, I have no idea at this point.
All right. So at the end of this trailer, and we'll see it, Sephiroth says something about like it can appear as those you fear, you hate, or you love, something like that. I wonder if those corpses of Cloud again, Cloud is not in there. Cloud is not part of that corpse pile getting onto the helicopters. It's everybody else. I wonder if those are Genova pieces that have shapeshifted.
Oh,
Because that's like, so we'll talk about this towards the end of this trailer, but I'm really glad they're cleaning up the language around Genova, because that's like a famously weird translation problem where like in the original game, you are following Sephiroth, but you're not. You're following Genova, which is why every time Sephiroth shows up, you fight Genova. Like a piece gets left behind. It's not Sephiroth giving you breadcrumbs. It's Genova the whole time.
that's crazy. Oh
And
my
so
gosh.
like Sephiroth's speech at the end of this trailer kind of cleans that up. So I'm curious, like, is it shit? I just thought of that. Like, could those be shapeshifted Genovas to like, I don't know, like, I don't know what purpose that would serve. Shit. I love
More
this
questions.
game.
Yes, sir.
All right, we move on.
Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what.
Okay, so at this point in the game, I don't think Cloud knows it's been 5 years.
And that's
That's
why
why it's staticky.
And yeah. And that's why it starts to go fuzzy.
Yes.
I'm telling you, man. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah.
We gotta wait till next year.
He doesn't fully go deaf, though, like when Aerith says Zack's name. He hears 5 years, but maybe they just gloss over it or something.
Well, it is a trailer too, so
Right. Or maybe he passes out there and then forgets.
Maybe. Yeah, because for some reason, whenever they decide to mention Zack or anything like that, that's when his brain just triggers. I'm telling you, someone's controlling him.
You need to finish this goddamn game, dude.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, now, think we will.
So, Cloud and Barrett alone,
More like.
I don't really know where this could be. So,
This is a new boss, right?
this is definitely a brand new boss, unless it's like a reimagining of something old that I just can't remember. Couple things here though. I don't know where this is, and given what was shown the second before, which is the reunion happening at the Northern Crater, like, is this in the Northern Crater? And if it is, there is one moment that I can think this is part of that you have not seen yet. And like the party does like the Final Fantasy thing where like the party splits up a little bit.
Yeah.
But there was not combat in the original. But the part, like, you do kind of control each character for a second, or they all sort of go separate ways for a second. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if they would show the Northern Crater at this point. This could also just be the Mithril Mines. Like, it could be the Mithril Mines.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, now, think we woke it up.
Big news in this: controllable Red 13.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. That went without saying.
Yeah, Vengeance mode. He's got a summon equipped. He's got 2 ATBs. I like that the UI is a little sharper. Like, the colors are a bit stronger.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Ooh, I actually just noticed something. What are these little hash marks down here?
Yeah, so I was gonna
I know
see
what
if
it
you
is.
were gonna call that out.
I know
what is it? What is it?
I think it's team up attacks.
Excellent.
I think that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, they got slots.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye on that, because when Yuffie shows up, she does a team up attack with Red 13. Tifa does one with Era, so we got to look at those hashes
and see if they. And I'm pretty sure they were depleted, because I remember I watched this a few times already today.
I had noticed that. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got this Geo dude, Machamp dude that they're fighting. Barrett maintains his overcharge, or I'm sure it's going to be an updated variation of that, but I think that's cool. Also notice the HP limits are pretty low. So like it's unclear what carries over, what doesn't.
Yeah, I guess that also answers a question that we had already going from remake to rebirth. Like, obviously all our characters are like in level 50, 55 or whatever it is. So like, how is that going to translate over?
Yeah,
and
what do you
for
keep?
some reason, like I feel like, I mean, and this kind of proves it or shows it. Like, I feel like in some way we are essentially like starting from scratch again for whatever reason, you know, because like that health is indicative of it. So I don't know. We'll have to really see.
Yeah. Although, speaking of health, well, Barrett he's at half health, probably like 1,600, somewhere around there. I was gonna say maybe it's Mithril Mines because it's super early, under 1,000 health, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Feast your eyes
Elena.
on the latest and greatest.
The reveal of Elena. So she's in the original.
Oh, she is? Okay.
Yeah. So she's in the original. She also plays a pretty major role in Advent Children. She goes into the Northern Crater with Sung to recover the head of Genova, I think. And then there's like a fake out where she's dead, but she's not. She shows up at the end.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Elena, this to me is the Mithril Mines, because that's where she shows up in the original. So yeah.
She may be new.
Mithril Mines, by the way, incredible music. All right, so we have Cloud, Tifa, Aerith. See the hash marks? So Cloud has 4, Tifa 2, Aerith 1. Punisher mode is back. I'm glad they're kind of keeping Cloud the same. And, I mean, Zack had the same thing, I think, in Crisis Core, right? Triangle was Punisher mode?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so everybody's depleted now.
So that probably means that they probably used the team attacks, like, you know, in another shot that they just didn't show in the trailer.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about this scene in particular. I just can't believe this is real.
I'm telling you, man, the power of us fans that were literally crying for this game to exist for like 20 years, literally. You know, like, it is what it is.
So on the oh my god, on the compass up top, maybe those are world map markers that you can set yourself. Maybe there's a world map in this game, dude.
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah,
They would
Okay.
have to be. I
Okay.
would think so. Imagine that. Imagine they're not like, especially following like what happens in the original. Like
Yeah.
once you leave Midgar, like here's the game.
Yeah, you have a world map, you do, but it's just like a little thing in the corner. I guess you can blow it up, but it's like by pressing select. But I don't know.
This game is it's gonna do things.
Oh my god.
We're almost
Also,
done.
This music is so good.
Oh yeah,
All right,
this.
big moment. What do you notice here?
So I'm bad with names, but this is I recognize this part myself.
Okay.
I just don't remember. Like I'm bad with a lot of the names of the landmarks and stuff like that.
Junon is the city.
Yes. Yeah.
What else do you notice here?
The freaking the aircraft in the corner.
The airship is in this game.
Yeah. Yep.
And like from the gameplay perspective or from the time perspective, it makes sense for the High Wind to be here because you do see the High Wind your first time through Junon in the original game. But I just love that it's here. And it's like if they teased it in the beginning of the first game, of the original game, by showing it to you on disc 1 super early, and then you don't get it till like late disc 2, I think. Or like mid disc 2. And so they're doing it again. They're teasing it. Do you think we're going to get the airship in this game?
Dude, we got 2 discs. Absolutely. There's no reason why there's no excuses.
To be fair, though, you don't get it in the original until the search for Cloud, because Cloud goes missing.
Okay.
And that feels like a break point. Like, part 3 could
I
be
get it.
rescue Cloud, finish the game. Like, I don't know.
What a trilogy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And to think, got the whole game as one package back in the day.
Yep.
And just read this. Ugh.
All right, so Red 13 has Vengeance mode, whatever that is. So Red 13 has 5 charges, everybody else has none. So these enemies here that he's fighting, I forget the name of these. These are the enemies that I tell everybody to farm for limit breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they show up near Junon. So, makes sense.
Maybe we got the same strats.
Maybe. Red 13 looks crazy. Okay, so Tifa said team up. I didn't hear that the first time.
Oh, okay. Run it back real quick.
Oh no, Aerith says
she just-
Tifa.
Yeah. She's calling her name.
But still,
I heard it.
let's see if
I'm watching those bars.
okay, they don't move there. But Aerith and Tifa. Ooh, wait.
The limit.
It is. Look. So exactly. The limit is going up at the same time. That's a team up attack. Yo, Chrono Trigger is in this building right now with the team up attacks. That was
I
a
heard
whole
about that
system in
too.
Chrono Trigger was TP.
What was it like? I never played it, but I've heard of the the mechanic. It was called like dual something or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Huge for me. This is where I actually flipped out while streaming. Yuffie being playable in this game is so exciting to me. I loved playing as her.
You didn't think we were going to?
No, I didn't know. Like, this is the thing that I love about this trilogy now is like they are constantly like surprising me because it's like the Yuffie plays so different.
Yeah.
From the rest of the party. She flies. Like, she fucking flies, dude. And it's like, how do you introduce her into this and not make her the main character? Like, how do you not always want to play as her? But then again, I mean, I guess aside from like Barrett's kind of lame to play as because she has a gun. Maybe they'll improve that this time around. But like Tifa was fun to play as. Aerith was fun to play as. Like Cloud was fun to play as. Sorry, I keep dominating the conversation. Do you have anything to say right now?
Nope. I love listening.
Okay. This right here, the mark on Yuffie's bar on the left.
Yeah, I see
What
it.
is this?
probably like a special ability that she has because of like all the things that you were just saying. It makes sense. Like she was very unique, and this game is just kind of proving itself for, you know, being as wide and as expansive as it is. And not only is it just the world that's expanding, but the characters too. So like, you know, like she's bringing some sauce that the others just don't have, which you know, which will make players care more to play her, you know, overall.
So I know that the screen is black right now, but I'm gonna pull up a video just really quick on my own to see what the UI looks like for Yuffie and Sonon.
Okay. Oh, you're trying to compare and contrast to see if it was like there.
It is in there. She has that icon in Integrate.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, she came after 7 Remake and introduced new things. It would only make sense that when she gets thrown into Rebirth, that she brings along with her those things.
I'm looking at the soldier training now. She has it there too. Okay, so it's just an icon for her. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm down with that. But no one else has that icon, so I don't get it. I don't get it. Sonon had clouds near his, like a little like Japanese looking cloud. So maybe they're just icons. Okay. Weird that she has it in this game. It worried me that maybe she was AI controlled, but she has throw, attack, and command. So probably not. Okay. Teaming up with Red 13 here.
That is so sick.
Cloud and Barret teaming up. And then Cloud with probably a limit break there. Okay, so this moment, I think, is really good storytelling.
Ooh.
So Sephiroth is going to... Sephiroth is going to show up. However, Yuffie is freaking the hell out.
Yep.
And if you remember, Nero in Intergrade shows up in, like, purple smoke and killed Sonon.
Yup, that's why she's bugging. She probably thinks it's him.
Yeah, because Sonon got like brought down into it. I think that's very good storytelling.
Yeah.
Also, the cloth of her armor still looks absurd. Like the detail of this felt is insane. Okay, so do you know where this is?
Nah.
Okay. This is on the ship from Junon to Costa del Sol.
Okay.
This is the engine room. Same look as the original. Same sort of like big engine in the back. So Sephiroth is going to show up, and then it turns out to be Genova. But let's listen to what he says.
They say she's a monster, that she can peer inside you, into the very depths of your soul, that she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
So,
Whew.
So he's holding Genova in his hand right here. I'm willing to bet this is Genova that he's holding.
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, yo, what the hell is on his shoulder right now? But there it is.
I think it's either her corpse or her head or something. So yeah, he talks about Genova's shape-shifting abilities, and so like that to me is just really good. Like they're finally cleaning that part up. But I mean that Genova fight looks absurd.
They say
and like this is not that late into the game. Like this unless they flesh out 30 hours prior to this, which I don't know. Like between the Calm flashback and Costa del Sol is not a long time. Like it's even shorter than the whole Midgard chapter. Like it's only a couple hours in the original game. So I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's exciting.
That she can peer inside you.
So yeah, Sephiroth transforms into Genova. So like, again, it's like it's not Sephiroth, it's Genova we're following the whole time.
Into the very.
I also really like that, like Genova is completely different this time around. Like in Remake, the Genova we fight kind of looks like the Genova from the original. Like it has like the two big arches and then like the body and like it gets real crazy, but like it is reminiscent of the original. This thing, no, like totally new.
Yeah, that's a crazy boss.
Yeah. For sure.
Depths of your soul.
Like these lasers, like what is going on?
That she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
So I think right there, you really got to finish this game now, because these people are walking towards the northern crater, and that's Cloud saying reunion. That's like Cloud as Sephiroth's puppet. In the original, that doesn't happen. Like, we don't really see that. There's not a one-to-one here. So I'm wondering, is Sephiroth just like putting this in Cloud's head?
Oh, like creating a memory.
Yeah. Or like just showing him a vision or something. So it's sort of like they did at the start of the boss fight, of the end boss fight of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Dude, this is crazy. I mean, the fact that, and I'm glad you were able to decipher what he said, because I could not make out what he was saying, but he's saying reunion.
Yes.
Oh my God. I don't know, man. Like when I saw this, I was confused a little bit, because I'm like, wait a minute, are these those folks that we see from Reunion? That was like, remember the part where they're just like constantly saying, I forget what they were saying, but they were always saying like on repeat, like this one thing over and over and over again. And they were also like hooded figures.
In Reunion?
Yeah, in Crisis Core Reunion.
When was that?
I don't know, man. It was like there was, I could be thinking, but like I remember there being like those characters that were like the copies, and they were saying they were like saying something in like in a trance or something, and it was like repeated. It was that's what it made me think of.
So in the original game, they are there. They're in all black, and they're always saying reunion. That's all they ever say.
Right. Yeah. So there it is. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right.
In Remake, when Sephiroth shows up in the Shinra building, the person who... Okay, so he brings... I'm just going to pull this up. Hang on. Hold, please. Remake Shinra Sephiroth. Hang on. Post Genova. Damn. So it's the cutscene that plays after you kill Genova. And like, damn, dude, I'm never gonna be able to find it now. Oh wait, it's all Sephiroth scenes. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. Almost got it. Hang on. I'm so sorry, dude. It's just so specific. Okay. Yes, here we go. Pop app player. Let's change what we're sharing. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
All right, so this is in Remake. The Whispers try to get Cloud off this platform. Sephiroth changes into this guy.
Yeah.
Same dudes. So these guys, I'm going to like break a story of the original for you, but like basically Hojo experiments on a bunch of people, injects them with Genova cells, and then when the reunion is called, all of those people go somewhere.
Yep.
And so the Sephiroth that we see, at least in this moment, it's not Sephiroth, it's somebody with Genova cells, and they're shape-shifting.
That's crazy.
So, like, we see reality here. We see that this is not really Sephiroth. It's just some dude, like, adhering to the reunion.
So that's who it really was, is what
Right.
you're saying. That's OD.
Yeah. And that's why they all have tattoos. They all have numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Going back to the trailer now. Going back to the trailer.
Oh, this dude. Oh, man.
Back to life, back to reality. Okay. All right.
All right, we're almost done here.
Yeah. Big moment.
You burned my village!
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
You know that I killed her, so who is she? What do you think he's talking about there? I have a few theories.
I want to hear your theory, because right now mine, what I have thought up, I don't think even makes sense right now.
So I have a few. It could be Sephiroth just playing mind games with Cloud. Like saying, like, you saw me cut her open, Tifa.
Yeah.
So, like, she's questioning you. Why aren't you questioning her?
I like that. That makes sense.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Level 2 is Sephiroth is talking to Cloud saying, you know I killed Aerith. Why is she here? Sort of like playing into because if you remember, during the Whisper Harbinger fight, whenever you kill a piece of the Harbinger, they get memories or like flashes of events of the original game. And there is, like, Cloud sees the City of the Ancients, and he sees the white materia dropping off of Aerith's head. Like, he sees her death.
Right.
And somebody said, Barrett says, what the hell was that? Red 13 says, like a glimpse of tomorrow if we fail here today. Like, and so, like, maybe he's, like, just, like, really playing into the memories that the Whisper Harbinger gave him.
Right.
Third thing. Sephiroth is speaking with Red 13 and saying, you know I killed her. Why is she here? Because Red 13 knows that they are in a different world here. Like, it's been hinted that he is aware of what's going on. When Aerith touched him, he understood.
It's so interesting, like, how they're, like, all the different possibilities.
Yeah.
And then versus what they show us. Like,
yeah.
that's like what's like messing with folks when it comes down to like what they want to even think about or speculate on, because it's like he literally sliced Tifa right then and there, insinuating that he kills her. But like she's clearly like this was old Tifa.
Yeah.
You know?
This is flashback
so,
Tifa.
Yeah, right. So it's like, and she's here now, and she was even there during the other like swerve at the beginning of the trailer where they were all looking like they were like dead and being taken away to the hospital or whatever, you know. So it's like,
oh, maybe he's referring to that,
or that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a fourth thing that's added to your three thoughts to start.
Was that your theory?
Yeah, I don't know. Nah, see, my theory was it was so stupid I forgot it already.
Dude, there's no stupid theories. Come on.
No. I honestly, like, hearing what you said, it just sounds so better. It overwrote what I had originally thought. So my save file is done. It was deleted.
All right. All right. Let's just watch that one more time so we know exactly what Sephiroth says.
Those you fear. Those you love.
You murdered my dad. You burned my village.
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
Fuck. Oh, all right, and then the hypest moment of all. 2 discs.
Early 2024 on 2 damn discs, son.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was really hoping that they were gonna say like holiday 2023, I would have called you at that point.
That would have been insane.
I would have just straight up pick up the phone. I've been like, I told you. But nah, honestly, this works out better. I'd rather them just take whatever time that they need to really finesse this out and give it to us, you know, whether it's like March, I don't even care at that point. You know? So yeah, that is, it's very exciting, man. And look at that, an hour.
We've been talking for an hour?
Yes.
No way.
The trailer is 3.5 minutes, not even 3 minutes, 28 seconds.
Dude, we're degenerates. We are degenerates. Okay. We should wrap it up then. Oh my God. I didn't realize it's been an hour.
The hype is real, bro.
Okay.
It's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you know? So.
All right. Do you think we're going to get a demo this year? Because we did get a demo of the original.
I would think so. I think with their very, very highly anticipated games, I think it's safe to assume that we will get like some sort of playable demo at some point.
Okay.
You know,
because we're getting a demo of 16.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, like, and it would make sense for them to have one. Yeah, obviously, it's like, you know, a new game, new character, new world, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, this is one of those situations where it's just like, say they release something. I mean, they don't have to do it like this, but like, people will go crazy if it was like, all right, we're gonna put like a brand new 4K version of something Final Fantasy, and it's gonna come with the demo, just like how they did with 13. You buy Advent Children. You remember that?
So Advent Children is in 4K already. They've released it on 4K.
No. I know. That's why I know that. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't say 4K Advent Children, because I know it existed. I said 4K something.
All right, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know, or even if it wasn't like a movie, like, because I mean, the thing is, like, remember this. They know, like, Square Enix, after they finally accepted, like, they were like, okay, they want 7.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're gonna give them 7, we have to give them something completely new. Like, so that way there's not a shadow of a doubt on if they're just rebuying something with new graphics. They're giving us a whole brand new experience, and essentially like a sequel to what, you know, you'd remember from the original game. We call this the requel, right? Because it's like,
yes,
you know, that's literally how we dubbed this.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, think about all the stuff that they're intertwining with this. Like, they brought back Crisis Core. They have the Ever Crisis.
Yeah, which they also showed. We didn't even talk about.
Yeah, right. But it's okay. But
dude, I was worried when they showed that. I was like, oh, we're not getting Rebirth.
Nope. I was like, yup, there it is. I forgot about that game, which is fun because, dude, I was like, the thing I was saying about Ever Crisis really quick was I was like, this doesn't look like a mobile game. They need to stop.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Like, they have no chill, which is cool. And that's my big point, is that I wouldn't be surprised if a part of all of this hype and this 7, you know, remade universe that they have in their hands now, if they gave us like an animated short, an animated series,
okay,
something along those lines, where something new like this book, right? They gave us a book that plays into, you know, not a huge part, but like it plays into the story. And even if they decided like, yeah, we're gonna do a Final Fantasy VII anime, and they were basically just recapping, like the anime was there to recap the game, like the first game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if something like that, for an example, was to release, like had a physical release, that would be where they'd be like, okay, and here's your Rebirth demo if you get this.
Probably.
And I'm sure people are gonna buy it either way, but like, you know, like
day one,
easy.
I will buy all the Butterfingers, all the Crunch Bars, whatever they want me to buy.
Facts. So
yeah,
I'm excited, dude.
I really am shocked we went over an hour. I thought it would be 15 minutes.
Nah, bro. Listen, I knew we were in here for the long haul the second you paused it after 2 seconds into the trailer. I was like,
that's fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair.
I was like, oh no. I was like, yep, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
and rightfully so though, because there was clearly, I mean, that's the point of a breakdown. There was so much to break down and like to talk about and like to theory craft and speculate. So I mean, and plus, this is the first big like real trailer since like the last teaser one.
We barely got anything last time. It was just here's the name, like here's the name and a couple scenes. Like this was a real full trailer.
Yeah, so it is what it is, and I'm cool with it. It's cool to have revived the recast for Rebirth. so yeah, so like those are pretty much all my thoughts. Like I'm obviously very excited. Yeah, like I'm literally like I'm very happy that like again it's not coming out this year, because if it was,
it's already so stacked.
I don't know. Yeah, this year's very stacked. Next year, I'm just afraid of like what's gonna happen when that game is in my hands, because last time I had 7 Remake, I ended up streaming that 27 hours straight, and I didn't even plan that.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid of this game, basically.
It's gonna be rough, dude. It's gonna be rough but amazing.
Yep.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for doing this impromptu episode with me. This was a real treat. And again, like all the work you put into this, setting it up and doing it all, really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun for me.
My pleasure, dude. It's just as fun for me. And this is coming from the scrub of the Final Fantasy verse, okay? Because I admit it, I still have to beat the original. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
All right, well, we will revive RECAST, maybe when there's more Rebirth news, or if we do a playthrough of the classic, and so Ryan can uncover all of that on his own.
Oh, yeah, no, it'd be nice, but Street Fighter 6 is kind of like taking over my life right now.
My copy comes tomorrow. I've been waiting.
Huh? Oh, your copy comes tomorrow. Okay.
Been waiting all week. GameStop shipping is just so slow.
It is. It actually is.
So painful.
That's very real, but...
All right.
What are you gonna do?
Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm sure we will see you again within 2023 before this game comes out on 2 discs.
Oh!
All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.